next update of Pan Those Eyeshadows. This update is a little bit late. I have been struggling the month of April, as you guys know, so I am like right at the end of it. But I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to be able to film this because I was afraid I was not going to get this in on time, but I was able to get a little bit early up because I have somewhere to go today, but I figured let me get this done now and then I'll edit later. So hopefully editing Alex will get on it. So as you guys can see from the title, today we are going to update you on Pan Those Eyeshadows. I have my 4 shades here ready to talk about. Anything you need to know about this project pan will be down in the description box. My specific rules of how I do things. And last month I had a new rule that didn't think that would ever happen to me, but we are adding that rule to my list because I feel like the majority, I think like 98% of you agreed with me. Maybe like 2% didn't, but I'm so happy that the majority of you guys were okay with the change that I did last month. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check that out. But if you're interested to see what happens this month, stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to share with you guys what the color story was that we had last month. We had a repeat in here, like a second roll in, I guess, like another month, you know, of one shadow. I can't talk, you guys. Barely just had breakfast. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with it. Okay, so let's start out with the one that has been here for the last 2 months, basically. This is the Marc Jacobs sequence in the color Glitter Rock. So I had told you guys last update that this was not gonna hit pan. It was rather hard, and anything that I was using was coming off of this cap, as you guys can see. So we have hit our 20 uses. Last update, I believe I had 10 uses in there. So I only had about 10 more uses left in here to use, and it was really easy. I've just been mixing this with other shades to make them a little bit more glistening, more fun. Purple went really beautiful with this shade. Green went really beautiful with this shade. So I really enjoyed it, and it made me get out of my comfort zone when it came to silvers, because silvers and silvers and grays aren't my favorite, but I have been warming up to them. Believe it or not, I've been warming up to them, but I did get my 20 use goal out of this one, so this is gonna get rolled out. So the next 3 palettes, I believe, are all new from last update. So let's start out with the first one here. This is the Pat McGrath Sublime. This is my mini one. I also have the big Sublime. So this was rolled in the first shade in the color Sinful. This color was beautiful to use this past month. It just worked well with everything that I pulled out. It was brand new, obviously you guys can see, and now this is what it's looking like after 20 uses. So there is a dip in here. But you guys, I also had this shade in here as my first year doing it. This one was like an all over the lid. I used mainly this one as an inner corner or lower lash line. So there is a dip in there, but it's not as deep as this one because this one I used all over the lid. But these are very, very deep and very, very pigmented. Even though this palette is older, it's still very, very pigmented. So I was not able to hit pan on there. It's going to take me a while to hit pan on this. So I am rolling this one out, but I did get my 20 uses out of it. And I'm happy that this one got more use again. Then we had this one. This is the one where I did that change in the rule. I rolled in the shade Tea Garden, and I had so much fun with this one. I realized how much I enjoy it, specifically in an area on my eye. So I'll show you what it looked like before. It was brand new, never used, but I've heard great things about this shadow. And here is what it's looking like after 20 uses. You could see that it got some use out of that. So the way that I've been using this shade is on my lower lash line. It is beautiful on my lower lash line. I put it all over my lid, but it wasn't giving me the impact that I wanted unless I wet it or put a glitter topper on top of it. But when I grabbed it in a concentrated way on my lower lash line, it really emphasized the shadow. You could see the green, reddish brown seeping through on my lower lash line. Beautiful. It wasn't super metallic, so it didn't look like, whoa, Alex, you have like glitter on your lower lash line, but it woke up my face, woke up my eyes with just a touch, and it was like a nice hint of color. It wasn't too much. It was perfect. I loved it as a lower lash line. So that's exactly how I use this one. 20 uses out of that one, and it is also getting rolled out. Very, very beautiful. I had so much fun with this one. Last but not least was my Zendo palette. This is reflective, so that's why I'm holding it this way. So I rolled in the shade Sense. This is, I gotta say, a very, very beautiful shade. I really am digging this shade. So you guys can see I have used this palette, so it wasn't brand new when I rolled it in. And this is what it's looking like after 6 uses. So I still have 14 more uses to go before I can roll this one out. But I've been using this one all over the lid. All over the lid, buffed out into the crease and into my lower lash line as a one shadow and done look. I also have mixed this one with my Project 50 Uses palettes. Very beautiful. This is one that as soon as I started using it, I fell in love with it, this shade specifically, that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my time with that one. I'm gonna concentrate on the other ones that I have, and I'm gonna take my time on this one and purposely roll this one over because I feel like this is gonna be perfect for the month of May. I can sheer this out all over the lid and it looks like barely anything on my eyes, or I can make it very impactful and make it look like this. It's a very versatile shadow because it's a satin. So I really, really like it. I believe I filmed a video recently. I think it was last week where I had this all over the eyelid. I think it was my palettes that I would declutter. That's the one that I had this all over my eyelid. So if you want to check out that video and see how it looks, it doesn't look like much on the eye, but you can see some sort of definition on my eye. I buffed it out. It's so, so pretty. I really, really love this one. So this one is staying in and I'm so happy it is because it just gives me another opportunity to play around with this. And I think for the month of May, this palette would be nice to use as well. So this one is staying in for another round. Okay, guys, so what does that mean? That means we're going to roll in one single and two new palettes. But before we do that, I want to share with you guys all the color stories we have had thus far. Okay, friends, so let's get this rolling, no pun intended. We are going to roll in first the single and then my two palettes that we are going to be using. So let's get to it. Oh, goodness gracious, this is a blue. So this is a single potted, just like the Marc Jacob ones. I know exactly what it is. This is a Asian brand one. Very beautiful shade, but it is a blue. So okay, all right, I ain't gonna be mad at that one. So let's move on to the palette, shall we? MAC Nude Model. I know exactly what that is, and I'm pretty sure I won't hit pan on that one either. Let's move on to the next one. You guys. All right, Pat McGrath, Midnight Sun. You guys, as soon as I put that rule in that I wanted to hit 8 pans this year in this project pan, every palette that could go against me has come in here. I have yet to get one palette that was good. I'm only in the 4th month, so I'm hoping that the last 6-7 months gives me something good because I'm actually having a blast that I'm able to pull out these palettes, but it's just crap, man. I'm not gonna hit pan on these. All right, you guys, let me go pull these out and then we're gonna see what shade we're gonna be working on in each one. Okay, friends, here we go. So here is the Eco Soul Blue Lagoon one. Yeah, this one was the Blue Lagoon one. So this is what they look like. These were sold at CVS at one point. I don't know if they're still being sold there. I had 4 different shades. This is the blue one, Blue Lagoon. It's one of the ones that looks just like the Hourglass or the Bodyography or the Marc Jacob ones. So whatever's on the lid is more than plenty for me once again. So can almost guarantee that you won't see pan on this one, but you're gonna see some usage. See how pretty that is? Maybe I'll be able to mix it with other colors. So here is the Natasha Denona Scents and here is Blue Lagoon. It kind of has like a silver hue to it. So we're still in the same, and it has really pretty sparkle. In person, it's really pretty and sparkly. Okay, so now on to the 2 palettes. So here is the MAC Nude Model, which is perfect because I have been in a nude mood anyway. So this is perfect. So we are going to put in 12 shades and see what we're gonna get. 12, save it, and here we go. One. This is Shroom. So this one's Shroom. And we all know this one's like a white based. Super easy. It's going to be an inner corner, 20 uses. Guarantee that's going to be gone next month. Perfectly fine with me. At least I got something easy. And then we have our Pat McGrath Midnight Sun. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 shades. Changes to 10. Let's see what we get, guys. 5. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's like this burnt. Oh, that's pretty though. I will say that is pretty. It's like this matte. Oh my gosh, these look so similar. The only reason why I'm keeping this in is because it's more like a shimmer, but this is the matte version of it. Holy cannoli. You guys, this looks like not a May color story at all. It looks so bland. All right, guys, so what can I tell you about this? I can say for certain 1, 2, 3 will be gone next month. I have a feeling because this one already has 6 uses, super easy to continue to use. This one's going to be inner corner highlight, gone in 20 uses. And then this one's going to help me with this one, but it's going to continue the same trend that I've been using with this one. Outer V, I could use it as a deepening shadow all over the lid, in a crease, whatever the case would be. The only one that I feel like is going to be a little bit difficult is this blue one, but I'll try to incorporate that one. So that one might linger on until June. We'll see. But this is our color story, you guys. I'm a little bit shocked. I'm not going to lie to you. I was expecting more color, more vibrancy, but on the other side of it, I am pulling out palettes that I've never used. So that's what I'm loving. I've never used this palette, even though I know I love it. And I've never used this palette, even though I know I wanted to. Like, this is a summer palette that I wanted. So maybe I'll extend this one a little bit longer too. I don't know. We'll see. Because this one's going to be rather easy. So it's going to be gone next month. So I might extend this one as well, just to keep it for the month of June. Because then I can really play around with the other colors as well, which I think I'm going to have a fun with. So that's where it is, you guys. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? What do you think about this month? I'm a little bit... like, in person, it looks different than what I'm seeing on camera. I'm hoping that it portrays the same. Holy moly, that color really stains. Ugh. And lipstick on my teeth, of course. But I'm kind of hoping that it'll work for me this month. We'll make it work, you guys. We'll make it work. All right. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. More videos on the screen for your dream. And until then...